called police about a potential robbery now faces human trafficking charges in Gwinnett County.
Investigators say they got the call to an apartment on Satellite Point near Duluth last month. That's where we find Fox 5's Annie Mapp. And Annie, do we know how the suspect got caught?
Yes, Courtney and Tom, good evening. Gwinnett County police say that suspect probably wasn't thinking straight when he called 911 last month seeking help, as they say he was involved in crimes that left him getting handcuffed. Gwinnett County police say 28-year-old Sang Zee Lee called them last month saying someone was trying to rob his Avonlea apartment.
I don't know, maybe he panicked in that moment when he saw somebody walking around the apartment with a gun.
Video shared by police investigators shows them responding to the call. It shows Sang Zee Lee is letting officers inside.
Not common for somebody who was, pimping another individual to call police.
Officials say once they got inside, they heard glass breaking, and then a 40-year-old suspect named Dominique Gray appeared with a bleeding hand. Officers say he was tased due to not complying with their commands. As Gray was questioned outside, other officers looked inside the home. That's where they discovered a woman hiding in a closet. According to officials, Lee told them he invited the woman over from an escort website. Officers say further investigation led them to learn Gray was actually also at Lee's apartment for escort services.
It does not appear as though anybody is living in this apartment and that this apartment is being used for solicitation.
Officers took Lee, Gray, and the unidentified woman to jail on various charges. While Lee was released on bond, police investigators reportedly saw him back active on escort websites.
They noticed what they believed to be Lee's phone number pop up on other listings on websites for solicitation. So they conduct an undercover operation on February 9th, and that's where they arrest Lee again.
Officers say that encounter allows them to charge Lee with human trafficking along with keeping a place of prostitution.
It's kind of scary to think about.
And Lee is currently being held at the Gwinnett County Jail without a bond. Reporting live in Gwinnett County, Annie Mapp, Fox 5 News.
All right, Annie, thanks.